Kreitlow. Weekdays 6 to 9.
Oftentimes you have
Broadcasting live from the Civic Media Studios in Green Bay, this is Night Light with Pete Schwaba, your inside source on everything entertainment from Wisconsin to Hollywood.
Whatever gets you through the night, it's all right.
And now, a guy who believes in an eye for an eye, but only if they're lowercase, Pete Schwaba.
Welcome to Night Light, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, great to have you on this Friday night. Barreling towards the weekend here, what looks to be a beautiful summer weekend. Hope everybody had a great day, because now, even if you didn't, let's make it a great day. Let's sit back and talk about movies and TV. Tonight, we're talking about cigars. We got a great question about fortune cookies. It's Terry Bar night here at Nightlight. It's a bar band Friday night. Terry will be here. She is our Wisconsin music expert and kind of does just about everything here at Civic Media, including contribute to New Wisco Weekend and hosts Max Inc. Radio on WMDX. You can check out those podcasts. She will be here at 7:35. Always fun to talk to Terry. And I have to, I'm just glad to be here in one piece. When you drive on 41 every day, folks, you don't know what's going to happen. So here's a funny thing. First of all, let me introduce producer Conrad. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. I want to hear the story.
Kind of glossed right over that. Sorry about that.
I want to hear the story.
All right, you will. So about, I think it was last Thursday or Monday, I can't remember. There was garbage all over Highway 41 coming down.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Obviously, somebody just didn't do something. So I wrote it down on the sheet to talk about it because I was kind of disgusted by it. Well, tonight, driving, I actually saw a truck where nothing was secured in the back and garbage is flying out of the truck. And people are trying to avoid it. Like, it was nothing huge. It's obviously something that would fly out of a truck from wind. It's not that heavy or could do serious damage. But man, was it annoying. I'm like, get your crap together.
You know, honestly, that could be a hazard because like a bag of chips or something that has nothing in it, it could fly right into your windshield. And then
wouldn't that be something? What if you're in a convertible and it's actual chips? What if you get sun chips flying right at you?
You get some residue in your hair.
Yeah. We've all eaten a Dorito, too, where it's like cut our mouth or a part of a pretzel bun that cuts your lip. I was just kind of like, nothing drives me more crazy than people who are irresponsible like that. Like, we're driving cars. They're weapons, basically. Get your crap together. Make sure your trailer's connected properly. Cover your garbage. Don't have conversations driving down the highway, going the same speed so people can't pass you. And I saw that was a couple weeks ago. 2 people talking to each other. Oh, that's good. Yeah. So that was pretty frustrating. But
speaking of driving, the other day I was in that parking garage, and they're doing some construction in there. I don't know when you're leaving if you see the
yes.
There was a spare sign that was out there, and it had a no right turn. And when you're going out, you have to take that right turn to go down to the...
Yeah, you have to turn right.
I stopped there for 5 minutes. I was like, wait, can I?
In the parking garage?
Yeah. There's nothing.
My God.
There's nothing after that right turn that would have stopped me. But I was just like, wait, can I not turn right here?
That is funny.
I came back later that day, and it was gone, the sign.
Somebody took it.
Yeah. I was like, okay, so that's not a place where a sign should be.
Right.
If
somebody
it's
was
just
probably
spare.
messing with you or just messing with people.
Yeah, it was. I was there for 5 minutes, and I was wondering, like, can I turn right here or no? And eventually I just went.
You know what I would have been thinking? That sign would look great in my house. In the rec room. Yeah, I don't know what is going on over there. It's really crowded over there tonight. But this irritated me, and I think I've talked about this on the show before, but this happened about 6 months ago. There's nobody in the garage. And I kind of pulled into the spot and left myself room to just leave so I didn't have to back out. My new pet peeve is backing out. And I got a ticket.
You can't take shortcuts.
Obviously now. It's like a $35, $40 ticket. And I had 3 days to pay it, and it went up because I thought I had at least a week.
No,
Nope.
That's a quick turnaround.
It's ridiculous. And I did corner a guy, and I asked him if he was the one who gave me this ticket, and he said no. And I said, I did. And I was just annoyed. I'm like, you guys are supposed to serve the public, not rake us over the coals.
Yeah.
I was hurting no one. Just tell me I can't park like that. But there was nobody in the garage. And if you told me, I wouldn't do it again because I don't want a ticket. So stupid.
I'm learning about that you can get a ticket for that in a garage.
It surprised me.
And they don't even know if you've paid, because usually you have to pay to get in there. So I'm already paying on top of that.
We pay good hard-earned. Civic Media pays its good hard-earned money to let us park there. Anyway, all right, moving on. Hey, it's the weekend. We can't be down, folks. We got to be up. We got a lot going on. There's some movies opening this weekend. There's some, the baseball's back, right?
Yes, today it's...
your Brewers, the last thing they probably wanted was an all-star break.
They got to face the Dodgers tonight.
In L.A.?
Yeah, in L.A.
Okay. Wow, that's good. All right, so there's a lot going on, and we got a great show tonight. Hopefully we can help you ease into your weekend with some good stuff. And my guest tonight, folks, this is going to be fun. We've talked about cigars a couple times on the show. One of our sponsors, Appleton Cigar, Norm Kopesky, great guy. Norm's been on the show a handful of times, and we'll have him back on again soon. Always fun to talk to Norm about cigars, movies, how to smoke a cigar, the right approach, what to buy. Well, we got more cigar talk tonight. A gentleman named Henry James. He is one of the owners of 12 Tribe Cigars. Will be on the show, and he works with Norm, so there's no conflict of interest here. Conrad, don't get nervous.
All right.
Norm's he's not going to come in guns a-blazing. Henry James is a pal of Norm Kopesky's. They work together, and he's going to come in for some more cigar talk because I think this is great. And I'm not just looking for a free cigar. Right. I want to talk a little bit of movies with Henry and about his process. And I don't think we've gotten into this before with Norm, like how the cigars are made. I think that could be kind of cool. So we'll talk to Henry at 6:35. He's going to be in studio. That's always exciting. And then it is a bar band Friday night. As I mentioned, Terry Barr will be here at 7:35, bringing us new music and fantastic conversation, as always. We didn't get to talk to Terry last week. We were off.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that'll be fun. And I cannot get enough of this kiss cam thing. I think you mentioned it kind of in passing, and I hadn't really seen it yet. And I was like, oh, okay. There was an episode of Modern Family where Phil Dunphy was at a Laker game with Gloria, Jay's wife, Sofia Vergara's character. And he didn't want to kiss her. And I think while he was on camera, his wife called him and saw him on the TV put the thing to voicemail.
That's hilarious.
It was a great episode. Anyway, this is like that episode personified. These two people probably thought, it's Coldplay. Let's go be together. What are the... okay, and first of all, there are victims in this. I guess they're both married. It's not a good thing. I don't get into people's personal lives. Whatever they got going, I don't know. I don't care. But I do think, wouldn't you feel like God has it in for you? You take your girlfriend to a concert and you end up on the damn kiss cam.
Yeah. I saw another angle of it today. It's Chris Martin.
Where he's copping a feel.
Yeah. Chris Martin is it's on a stage kind of.
Yeah.
You're looking out to he looks up and he goes, "Oh, look at these two."
Yes, I saw that. And he asked him, like, are you a couple or are you, because I think he said after the guy ducked down, he asked him a question. But supposedly Chris Martin is like kind of mortified. Like,
he is.
What a weird thing,
Kind of released a statement on it, I think, too.
Yeah. So funny. It's so funny that she's HR. I guess that's okay now.
That's just, it's so funny. It's like, yeah, I think God has it out for him.
Comedy is other people's tragedy. And this poor bastard, this guy and this woman, and again, I don't know anything about them. Maybe they're nice people. Maybe their spouses are nice people. Maybe they're horrible people. I don't know. But, man, is it newsworthy.
Yeah.
And it was their reaction. Like, if they had just stayed put, or he could have, if he was smart, this is why I like to think like a criminal. He has his arms around her. Instead of ducking like he's 12 years old, he could have just kind of leaned into the back of her head and like given her a little nuzzle or something. Or turned her head so they kissed so nobody saw her. I don't know. I'm armchair quarterbacking here, but
I don't think he was getting out of that one.
no. You don't think, but do you think if they didn't react the way they did, do you think people would have just said, oh, there's a couple and nobody ever would have seen it?
Probably. I don't know. He did duck like a 12-year-old.
Yeah, he did. He did. He kind of turned into a spaz, you know.
It was so funny how quick he saw it and he's like, oh.
I know. Well done, buddy. All right, it is time for our Nightlight question of the night.
Let's talk about the question.
Okay, question.
Question.
Pregunta.
Question.
Question.
Okay, I have a question. Questions?
This question.
Domanda. Question.
Question.
Questions.
All right, it is National Fortune Cookie Day. Pick your fortune. It's more of a statement, but we'll go with it. What's your fortune? What do you want your fortune to be? It is National Fortune Cookie Day. Pick your fortune, ladies and gentlemen. See your future. Be your future. Let us know what your answer is. Conrad, you said something on social media.
I did.
I'll let you share that.
You know, usually fortune, they kind of rhyme sometimes or whatever, but I said free golf for life.
It's a good one.
That's all I want.
But how does that work? Like if you open it and you pull the paper out, the fortune, as it is called, you will get free golf for life. How do you
Then you're
manifest?
just waiting for it to actually happen, you know? Something's going to happen. You don't know when. You're going to get struck by a golf ball at a golf course. And they're like, all right.
And you threaten to
don't.
sue.
And they're like, you know what? You can golf here for free for your whole life.
You could just make that up, too, and do that. You don't need... You could walk in with the paper and go, you see this, buddy? What do you think about that? And then they'll just let you go tee off?
Yeah. Or I'll say I got a hole in one on every par 3 there, and they won't know, you know?
How would they? There's no kiss cams on the golf course. I'm going to go very basic. Maybe this will come across as lazy, but you will win the lottery. I want to win $1 billion. I want to be in the Billionaire Boys Club. I want $1 billion, and I don't want to work for it. What do you think about that? I want to sit back, win the lottery, and tell the rest of the world to take a hike.
Originally I typed in to social media, I said $1 million.
$1 million doesn't get you anything nowadays. You got to go big.
I think I'd like $1 million.
Listen, I'll take $1 million, but I want $1 billion. If I win $1 billion, I'll give you 1,000.
Thanks. That's very nice of you. You pay rent for me for a month.
Not even. No, I do. I want to win the lottery, and I don't want to do it. I'd still do this show. I'd still write screenplays and stuff like that and try to do projects, but man.
You do remotes from like exquisite places.
Yeah. I'm in Bali today for Nightlight. How's it going there in Wisconsin?
Yesterday I was in Dubai.
Yeah. So that's the question, folks. It's more of a statement, but you can make it a question. National Fortune Cookie Day. Pick your fortune. What do you want it to be? What do you want to pull that paper out and have it say? I love this song. Makes me think of Mike Schmidt now. So that's what we're talking about tonight. 2 great guests. We're talking cigars at 6:35. Terry Barr will be here for a bar band Friday night at 7:35. God, I got it. This is where I need a tease, Conrad. What do I tease right now? When we come back,
We're going to read your texts.
yeah, but I don't even know if we got any texts yet. It's early. We'll do it all. It's midsummer, folks. We're going to talk about midsummer. How do we feel? It's Pete Schwaba and Nightlight on the Civic Media Radio Network.
Stuck in the middle with you. When you started out with nothing and you found that you're a self-made man. And your friends, they all come crawling, slap you on the back and say,
Of Green Bay.
Humidor. The Cigar Lounge offers
People in the U.S. are now spending.
Teamwork.
Welcome back to Nightlight. I'm Pete Schwaba. We are rocking a Friday night here, trying to help you guys get into the weekend. A segue, if you will. Maybe you had a rough day. I don't know. Let's have a few laughs and talk movies and TV. I think that's the way to get to the weekend. We've got, you know what was really sad last night? I was driving home 2 nights ago, actually, and I pulled off. I was starving, so I pulled over to get a sandwich at Subway in Ocano. There's an old supper club that looked like in its heyday, it must have been incredible. Cars in the parking lot, you know, it had a cool look to the building, and now it's a church. I mean, aren't there enough vacant churches out there that you can get an actual church? I can't imagine if I'm a pastor and I have a flock, so to speak, that I would want to do that.
Do you think it's church with steaks?
Maybe they serve old fashions. Yeah. Give you some cheese curds when you walk in. Blessed be the Lord. Here you go, buddy. Here's some garlic bread.
That would be great.
Here's some rolls and warm butter. That would be great. Might get me back to church. But I don't know. It was just kind of sad. It's just an observation I made. I wanted to take a picture of it. Maybe I'll join the church. See
If
what
they
they're
have
all about.
steaks, sign me up.
You think so? Instead of communion, a wafer, you get like a little cut of prime rib or something like that.
New York strip.
That'd be pretty sweet. All right, folks, our question of the night is, it's not really a question. We veered a little bit tonight. It's National Fortune Cookie Day. When you open up the cookie, what is your fortune? That's the question. Let me know. 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC, or you can text us on the app. Very easy to use, and it's a great app. We crush it. I'm getting texts, Conrad. I have to turn my phone down. Or you can text us on the stream if you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, or X. Either way, we'd love to hear from you, and we will read your text on the radio. We have a call?
Yes, we do. Ollie from the North Woods.
Ollie from the North Woods. I was getting worried. How are you, Ollie?
Oh, I'm good. First off, I have to say, if that church was a Lutheran place, it would be perfect place for to get hot dish.
That's right, it would.
And my fortune cookie story is I actually have had 2 fortunes cookies that have come true.
Whoa.
The first one said that you will soon be traveling over big waters, and probably about a week or so later, a friend of mine called and he had promised his grandmother before she passed away that he would take me to Ireland. So he said, was I ready to go to Ireland?
Oh, my gosh.
So we did go to Ireland and had a wonderful time. And then my next fortune cookie was that you will soon move to a new home. And I did home health in the cities, live in home health for years. And the new home I went to was a wonderful gentleman who I stayed with for 6 years. And
Whoa.
that was probably one of the best times of my life.
Ollie, if I were you, I would eat more fortune cookies.
I
They're very
should,
good to you.
Yeah.
Eat more Chinese food.
So keep eating those cookies and keep reading those fortunes.
Absolutely. Hey, thank you for the call, Ollie. Great to hear from you.
Okie doke. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye. On the stream, Peter says, Peter from Green Bay here. The fortune cookies I thought were funny was man who farts in church sits on his own pew. That's an actual fortune? I've never heard that before. He says, man going through airport turnstiles sideways is going to Bangkok. I've never heard either one of those. I think those are just old jokes, Peter. Or those really in a I mean, that's hilarious. But they spelled it wrong. Thank you, Peter, for the text. That's great. Going to the text line here, Melissa from Willie Street in Madison. She's in the 608. Hi, Pete. I wish my fortune would read, world peace will come in your lifetime. Whew, boy, I don't know. I hope so, Melissa. I hope so for all of our sake. But I think you're safe on Willie Street, at least. There will be no ground wars, I hope, on Madison's east side anytime soon. Thank you for the text, Melissa. Great to hear from you. Tyler from Wisconsin Rapids says, free Chinese food delivered to me anytime and anywhere for life. Tyler's thinking like you, Conrad.
Yeah, that's a good one.
You guys ought to go out and have a round of golf, pal around, come back and have some Chinese food.
Have some crab rangoons.
Have some crab rangoons, absolutely. That's great. John from Madison, 608, says, congratulations, you will outlive all of your loved ones and no one in your circle will die before DJT. He is of the age and questionable health where it all makes sense, not just being mean to a dear leader. Yeah, that's still a good run, John. I get what you're saying. I mean, that's not really even political. Donald Trump is on in years. You call him DJT. I'm not on those kind of terms with him, but that's great stuff. Keep those texts coming. It is National Fortune Cookie Day. What is your fortune? What are you reading on that little paper, which is called The Fortune? I looked this up last night. I really wanted to know if that had like kind of a cool name, but they just call it The Fortune. So what is your fortune? Share it with us. We'll have some fun. It is a bar band Friday night. Terry Barr is here at 7:35. Henry from 12 Tribe Cigars will be here very shortly. I'm excited to talk cigars. When's the last time you smoked a cigar, Conrad?
It's been a while.
Yeah? How long?
Since
the last time Norm was here?
Since my friend's wedding, actually, last summer, actually.
Okay. That's not too bad.
Yeah, we had celebratory cigars after.
I love a good cigar. We were talking about the Kiss Cam. You guys can weigh in with those, too. Anything we're talking about, obviously, is fair game. If you want to text in or call in about the Kiss Cam couple, if you have an opinion, phone lines are open, baby. Let us know. And let's, boy, it is packed down here tonight.
Oh, yeah. Gelato for everyone.
By. I'm so distracted. I'm going to have to shut this curtain. Would that be weird?
Well, you don't have the sun in your face today.
That's true. I freckle anyway. All right, we're coming right back for some cigar talk. This is Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite on the Civic Media Radio Network.
teardrop fall. I wanna dry them all. When you're feeling blue, I'm thinking just of you.
Welcome back. I'm Pete Schwaba. This is Nightlight. Great to have you with me on this Friday night. We are broadcasting statewide from beautiful downtown Green Bay, or worldwide if you're watching us on the stream or listening on the app. It's great to have you, even if you're on the old-fashioned radio. It's great to have you with us tonight at Nightlight. Conrad Krieger working the board. We've got, did we get a text overnight, Conrad? I did not check.
Believe that we did not.
Okay, good. Not good, but I just didn't want to forget it. So, all right, it is Bar Band Friday night. Terry Barr is here at 7:35. She is our Wisconsin music expert. She always brings great tunes and fun conversation. That's coming up at 7:35. Right now, it is my pleasure to welcome to Nightlight for the first time. This is exciting. I was excited before these guys got here, but I'm even more excited now after talking before we went on, because we are about to get an education on cigars. It is my pleasure to welcome to Nightlight one of the owners. One of the owners? There's two of you guys? Okay. Both of you guys are the owners? Oh, the two owners of 12 Tribe Cigars are here. Henry Scott and Herschel. Tell me your last name again. Winters. Herschel Winters. Okay. So Henry Scott, Herschel Winters, the owners of 12 Tribe Cigars. Let me see here. How do we get into this? Tell me a little bit about you guys individually. What are your backgrounds, and then what brought you to the cigar game?
Well, my background goes, I served in the military.
Okay.
And I started smoking cigars when I was 20 years old. Went in the military. I was an armor officer, 12 Cav, which is armored cavalry. And one of the things we used to do when we were out in the field is smoke cigars and smoke pipes.
Okay.
Because when you're out there for 45 days, you got to do something. And you're out in the field and you could get tobacco. So that's what I was doing, was smoking cigars and smoking pipes.
Love it. What about you, Herschel?
Well, myself, from Chicago native.
Yeah.
Been here for 18 years. Cigars, to me, is like a way of life. Looking back on your past, your present, and your future. And it's relaxing and very social.
Yeah.
You know, and just have a passion for it. And it's just a relaxation. What do you want to do? It's like to vent and to,
to chill,
back.
right?
Yeah, definitely.
So when did you start smoking cigars?
Ooh, I want to say it's been like 14 years now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, 20, and I'm 64, so that tells you how long I've been smoking.
You guys both have awesome cigar smoking kind of voices. I don't know if it has anything to do with cigar smoking. But you both
we're
have
just
really
sexy
good.
that way.
Right.
So, all right. So tell me about 12 Tribe Cigars. How did this and tell us about the company.
Okay, the way this started was in Appleton Cigar Shop. I was sitting at the table in the front, and my brother was up there with me. And it's my brother Herschel. And I said, "Hey, Hersch, I'm thinking about starting our own cigar brand. Would you like to be a part of?" And he said, "What did you say?"
I said, "Are you kidding? Let's do it."
Let's do it. And so we started talking with Rich, who is the owner of Puricata brand cigars. And I was telling him, "Hey, man, I'm thinking about coming out with my own brand. And can you help us come out with it?" And Rich was like, "Sure, I can help you guys, because there's enough room in the tobacco industry to where we can help each other and get your brand out." And so once we made our mind up that we were going to come out with a cigar, but we didn't have a name for it, we started reaching out to the same plant where Puricata comes from. And so they started sending us test blends of different types of cigars. And I was like, no. My brother tried it. Nah, this wasn't right. And then when we came up with the one, which is our flagship cigar, Herschel and Rich liked it, but I didn't like it.
Mm.
And I said, "You know what? 2 against 1, we'll go with it." And who knew that that cigar would take off the way it did. Now, just to give you a little insight about what you're getting when you get a 12 Tribe cigar, is that it's made out of 3 tobaccos. The outer leaf is a San Andreas wrapper, and the filler is Dominican and Nicaraguan tobacco combined. And with that combination, you get several different notes. You get chocolatey notes, nutty notes, molasses, semi-sweet, peppery, and spicy, but it's not overbearing. And we have guys that come in the Appleton Cigar Shop that won't smoke anything that's a dark leaf. But as soon as our cigar came out and we started giving out samples, some of the guys that said they wouldn't do it actually enjoyed 12 Tribe cigars.
So, all right. So for those of us who are novices, I smoke the occasional cigar. I've been to a cigar lounge maybe 5 times in my life. And it's a great experience. If people are listening and have not been to a cigar lounge, check out Appleton Cigar, Norm Kopesky. We've talked about it on the show before. Everybody's welcome. You have great conversation about, sports, music, the arts, whatever. It is an experience. And I'll tell you guys this. The first time a friend of mine, I was living in California at the time, he said, let's go smoke a cigar. I was like, all right, where? And he's like, meet me there's a place in Encino. So I met him there. I'm like, what do we just sit here and smoke? He goes, yeah. And then you sit there and it's like fishing kind of or something, or playing cards. Like you just start BSing with everybody. It is an experience. And what I didn't know is you can catch a buzz. And I sat there for 3 hours. I got in my car to go home. I had to pull over into a strip mall and get some food because I was like seriously buzzed from taking in the smoke all afternoon. But it's a great experience, just the cigar lounge experience. But tell me, Herschel or Henry, about 3 tobaccos. Is that atypical, or do most cigars only have one? How does that work?
Some cigars have 2 different types. Some cigars have 1. And basically it's the outer wrapper and the filler. But sometimes you run across those like 12 Tribes that has 3 different types of tobacco, meaning the outer cover, which is San Andreas, and the filler being Nicaraguan and Dominican.
Okay.
And with that combination, it gives you certain notes. And you can try another cigar with an Ecuadorian wrapper with Nicaraguan and Dominican Republic tobacco, and you won't end up with the same notes as the one with the San Andreas with the Nicaraguan and Dominican Republic tobacco.
When you guys first came in here, I thought it was funny because you said stick a couple times. It took me like the 3rd time. I'm like, oh, they're talking about cigars.
Yeah,
I've never heard that
we
before. That's
refer
kind of
to
cool.
it,
Yeah, that's great. So tell me, where does the name 12 Tribes come from?
Well, initially, I wanted to go with H, H, and H for Hank, Herschel, and Humberto, and use the lion standing up, with his paws out. And so what happened was that name was already taken, and the logo was already taken by the exact same company that was H, H, and H. So working with Rich, again, it's the owner of Puricata, he said, hey, you always talk about religion and you always talking about the 12 tribes of Israel. Why don't you go with the 12 tribes? That's what you ought to call your cigar brand. I'm like, you know what? You make a lot of sense, because 12 tribes actually comes from the Bible, the children of Israel. And when you look at the 12 tribes logo, you'll see the name 12 tribes, and then you will see the symbol.
That's a cool logo.
Of a lion, which is the symbol of Judah. And contrary to popular belief, your Israelites are the black race, and your Negro race in America are from the tribe of Judah. And if you read in the Bible, it says that Judah was cast to the 4 corners of the earth. So I'm a descendant of Judah, and one of the things that I wanted to do was show respect and homage to my ancestors, and that's why I went with 12 tribes and went with the symbol of Judah.
Oh, wow. I was not expecting that much background. That's great.
So that's how that goes.
And I think I didn't. Are cigars mentioned in the Bible? Did Moses have a cigar when he parted the Red Sea? Wasn't he chomping on a stogie? Was that?
I wasn't there, but he probably was.
Let's just say yes, because we can do whatever. All right. I have to give a shout out too because you guys were. I found you guys through JB Thompson.
Yep.
Who I call the guy behind the guy, Conrad.
Behind
the guy. He's that far behind. But he's introduced me to a lot of people, including Norm Kopesky from Apples and Cigars. So shout out to JB. JB texted on the stream and he says, reach for your dreams. Start with the spring rolls. Fortune's always positive. How about a negative? Your spouse is seeing a divorce attorney, or geez, you better have that mole looked at. I thought he was going for the kiss cam there with that one.
Yeah.
And then JB says, Hank, looking sharp, man. Thank you for watching on the stream, JB, and thank you for introducing me to these two brothers. How is that working together as brothers? Do you guys get along, or was there sibling rivalry, or?
Nah, it might be a couple of times we might disagree, but the thing is, we're brothers. What brothers don't fight and argue?
Right.
And I can't catch him. He's too fast.
That's right.
Why would you have to? Why would you have to run after him, though? He's taking all the cigars for himself?
No, but him and I got a common goal. It's to get our brand out. And the comments that we've been hearing have been positive, and the sales speak for themselves.
That's fantastic.
When you got a cigar and you sell out, and then you got customers coming in saying, hey, I want 12 tribes. Or when we go to work at Appleton, we're being told that, hey, you had people come in today looking for 12 tribe cigars, but we're sold out. So the cigar speaks for itself.
Good problem to have. My guests are Henry Scott and Herschel Winters. They are brothers who co-founded 12 Tribe Cigars. And let's go there. Where do you want to create a cigar, you want your own brand. Where do you start? How do you do that as an entrepreneur? You have connections to tobacco, I assume, or brokers. How does that work?
The one thing that I've experienced in my life is that when you get right with God and you have a dream, He will put people in place, the open doors, put people in place to help you get through those doors. And He will put people in place to help you to get where you're trying to go. Sometimes it's not easy, but most of the time the people are there. And so, like when I said earlier, when we were coming up with the ideal of coming out with our own cigar, Rich was one of the ones that God had put in place for both of us. And that's what helped us to get our brand out and get the right cigar.
That's cool. I want to elaborate on that. We're going to do a very short break. Great to have you with us, folks, tonight. Herschel Winters and Henry Scott are here. They are the founders of 12 Tribe Cigars. They can't even keep it on the shelf. So if you have a question about cigars, you're welcome to text that in on the text line or the stream. Either way, let us know. But we will be right back with more with these two cigar aficionados. This is Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite. You got the Civic Media Radio Network.
And she can't do a thing to me. I just wanna dance the night away.
Great to have you with me on this Friday night. We are making new friends tonight by way of our regular friends, J.B. Thompson and Norm Kopeski. Joining me now on the show is Henry Scott and Herschel Winters. They are brothers who founded 12 Tribe Cigars, and it's a new company. They can't even keep the cigars on the shelves, which I think is really cool. Let me ask you guys this. You obviously, both of you talked about your affinity for cigars. Is it an expensive hobby?
No. Well, let's put it this way. When I get a cigar and I can sit down, relax, and I'm smoking a good cigar, I'm not a bourbon drinker. I'm a Scotch drinker.
Nice.
So I drink Scotch and smoke a cigar. Oh, man. I'm able to relax, unwind, sit back, have conversations with a lot of people I probably would never have met before in my life. At Appleton Cigar Shop, I know judges, lawyers, cops, people in the military coming there, people, from all different walks of life, from different parts of the country. And one thing about you sitting there smoking a cigar, it brings two different worlds together to where you can just sit, have a good time, relax. You don't have your wife calling you, come home, because she knows you're in a safe place and you ain't out there chasing anything, you're just relaxing.
Right.
And so if a cigar costs $18, $12, or $24, and you get that kind of relaxation and you get the opportunity just to unwind, because we're all in a fast-paced business. Hurry to get to work, hurry to do this, hurry to do everything else. But when you're with that cigar, you're unwinding. And that's one of the things we have to learn how to do, is to take time for ourselves and relax.
I don't know about you guys, but I feel like we're in a hurry sometimes, even when we don't have anywhere to be. I know people that drive fast, walk fast, do everything like there's some kind of rush, and there's not. They work from home, they're not married, whatever. It's like, what is your rush? So I think the fact that you can do that with a cigar is great, but I think people should do it either way. It was funny when Norm was here, he told us, I think, that he likes a cigar in the morning with a cup of coffee, which I was not anticipating. Like, I liked it like you, with a glass of scotch or whiskey, but I don't really drink anymore. But I guess people do it differently. What about you, Herschel? When do you smoke?
Usually afternoon, because it seems like, I got to get that good wind going, and and all the the organs sit ready to roll, and usually around noontime, I'm ready to roll.
When do you guys think most people smoke cigars? Is it an after meal thing? Is it like you just said, kind of any point during the day where you just need to chill out, or like Norm in the morning?
Well, I'm kind of in the same camp with Norm, because normally I'll smoke a dark, full flavored cigar in the morning with a cup of coffee.
Really?
Yeah.
Now,
and
how much is that cigar?
This one is $20.90, and it's a Julius Caesar cigar. This one was given to me from somebody that went to Cuba and brought back a Cuban.
So that's a Cuban.
This is a Cuban.
Are those legal in America right now?
You cannot buy them.
Can you possess them?
Yeah.
All right. So if I tried to make a citizen's arrest right now, nothing would happen. In case you get
You can
out.
try.
Conrad, back me up. So you said $18. Is that typically the kind of cigar you smoke, like an $18 cigar? How long does that last you?
That cigar I just showed you could last an hour.
Wow.
Just sitting there smoking it, drinking your coffee, or sitting there smoking a cigar, drinking whiskey or whatever, and you're intrigued in conversation, can take about an hour.
So what would be, you're probably going to laugh at this, but like I know there are people, and I watch movies, I see like Clint Eastwood smoking like those old backwoods smokes or Swisher Sweets, And I was just watching, brushing up on a movie called The Straight Story because I'm going to interview the writer on Monday. And that guy, he had Swisher Sweets in his pocket. Like, will those make you sick? Like, compared to this, which is like the Cadillac of cigars, down to the cheap stuff you can buy in a 7-Eleven. What is the difference there?
I don't do Swisher Sweets.
I assume you don't,
No.
Henry. But I mean, like, what would, like, what if you had to smoke one right now? Would you get sick, or would you be like disgusted? Or?
If I lit it up, it might take a couple of puffs and then just lay it down.
Okay.
Because my palate has changed. Not saying anything negative about Swisher Sweets, but
Right.
it's not a part of my palate.
Okay. What about you, Herschel?
Well, number one rule: never inhale.
Right. Do people inhale those? The cheaper one?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Especially if they don't know what they're doing.
Oh my God, that's
Yeah.
horrible.
Yeah, that's when we're at the shop and we always ask them, say, hey, this is your first time, or you have any experience in smoking? He's like, yeah. And then once we get them all prepped up at the cut station, and we take their word for it, saying, they never had any issues, and they go to smoking and inhale it, and they're coughing up a lung.
That's some funny stuff, man. They're like, we told you don't inhale, man.
But they act like they know what they're doing.
Yes.
Oh, that's embarrassing. That's
Yes.
what would happen to me. All right. Can you guys stick around after the news
Yes.
for a few minutes? All right. We're going to keep our guests, Henry Scott and Herschel Winter. They are the founders of 12 Tribe Cigars, and they're going to stick around for part of another segment. We'll do the news, or intermission, as we like to call it here at Nightlight. Great to have these guys here. It is a Bar Band Friday night, folks. Terry Barr is coming by at 7:35 by way of the stream to introduce us to a great new artist, and we'll do that at 7:35. We'll read your texts. What does it say on your fortune when you open a fortune cookie? What do you want it to say? That's tonight's question. It's Pete Schwaba and Nightlight on the Civic Media Radio Network.
Love in my pink Cadillac.
Broadcasting live from the Civic Media Studios in Green Bay, this is Nite Light with Pete Schwaba, your inside source on everything entertainment from Wisconsin to Hollywood.
Whatever gets you through the night, it's all right.
And now, a guy still not convinced computers are here to stay, Pete Schwaba.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Nite Light with Pete Schwaba. I am Pete Schwaba. Conrad Krieger is working the board. The lovable producer, Conrad. We're having some fun here on a Friday night, kind of a chill show. We've got, it's a bar band Friday night. Terry Barr will be here at 7:35. We talked about the Kiss Cam couple and how that might shake out. And we just kind of agreed that I think if the guy had not, like, dove out of the way, he's holding the girl, his mistress. If he had just kind of put his head into the back of her hair, he could have hid a lot less conspicuously rather than looking guilty.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I sound like I'm dispensing advice about how to do that. I'm not going there. I'm just saying it's an unfortunate situation.
Yeah.
Our question of the night is, it's National Fortune Cookie Day. So what does your fortune say? What do you want it to say? When you open the cookie and you take out the fortune, pick your fortune, folks. That's what we're asking listeners to do tonight. Right now in studio, I've got Hank. I've been corrected. I asked. You didn't say anything. You weren't offended that I called you your actual name, Henry.
Nope.
But Hank Scott is here along with Herschel Winter. They are brothers, and they founded 12 Tribe Cigars. So we're talking about that with them. We've got a few more minutes with them here in studio. They were nice enough to drive up from Appleton and or Fond du Lac. How was traffic on the way up? Not too bad around here.
Yes.
Did you both smoke a cigar while you drove up?
I did.
Sweet. Does your car smell like cigars?
Oh, I always air them out.
Does it work?
Yeah, it actually does. Yeah.
Is there a way to smoke a cigar where, like, I go home and my wife does not say you were smoking a cigar? Like, where's the best place? Just outside to not bring that smell with you? Or this? I actually like the smell, but not everybody does. So where do you go? You smoke out on the porch or something, or what?
No way at all. It's just gonna just marinate on you, even though you're blowing it away. There's no way out of that.
You love that, don't you?
Yeah. Yes.
Your voice especially. You should do voiceovers for cigars.
Pete, everyone tells me, man. Everyone tells me. I think I'm gonna jump on that.
Conrad, let's do a tag.
Okay.
These guys, and Herschel can read it. That'll be before you guys leave. Don't let me forget to do that. Okay, so we're talking about 12 Tribe Cigars. We found out how you guys got into the business. You both work at Appleton Cigar. We were introduced by J.B. Thompson. I love, that's my new word, is sticks. I've never heard cigars called sticks, so I'm going to totally steal that. How do you make a cigar? You guys created a cigar. Do you have an idea in your head, or how do you instruct the tobacco guy to get what you want?
Well, you have a combination of different types of cigars that you like. And I was like, I want something like a Maduro, but I don't want it as strong as a Maduro. Even though 12 Tribes is classified as a Maduro, it doesn't have the bite like a Maduro.
Okay.
And it's a very...
Maduro's real strong?
Yeah, it's a little stronger than 12 Tribes.
All right.
And with 12 Tribes, it's very smooth from the light up to the end.
When you say smooth, for people that don't smoke cigars, what does that mean? Does that mean you don't what can you compare it to? Like a glass of whiskey, you take a sip, you get the burn?
Yeah.
What makes a cigar smooth?
This doesn't have that bite that you taste in your mouth.
Gotcha.
Like some cigars you light up will have a bite to it.
Yeah.
12 Tribes does it.
Nice. How did you get there? Do you just keep toying around with the mixture of tobaccos till you get there?
It took us probably 6 months sampling different cigars until we got to the right blend of what we were looking for.
Okay.
And then on top of that, we had, again, Rich, who is a mentor to us, to help guide us in the right direction with selecting the right cigar.
We've got Peter on the stream says, I don't know if I could smoke a cigar for an hour. Can a good cigar be put aside and relit later, or is it Or is it just done? That's a great question, Peter. Thank you.
No, Peter, the way that works is if you smoke a cigar, and let's say the cigar is 6 inches and you only smoke 2 inches of the cigar, the best thing to do is to cut the end off to where all the burn is out of it. Put it in a plastic bag with a Boveda pack and zip it closed or put it in a humidor by itself. So when you get ready to smoke it again, what you're going to have to do is degas it. Degas the cigar because the tobacco is breaking down. So what's going to happen is you're going to have a gas buildup inside the cigar. And the best way to degas a cigar is to take the cigar with a lighter, suck in slowly, and blow out slowly with the flame in front of the cigar, and then move the flame away from the cigar. And as long as that flame is coming out the end of the cigar, it is drawing the gases from inside the cigar out. And you may have to do that 2 or 3 times until you get all the gases out of it. And then when you start smoking it, it'll be like it was when you first lit it up.
Boy, I hope, go to the podcast and you can listen to that again. I've never heard that. That's really like inside baseball stuff. So what happens if you don't degas it and you just start smoking it again?
It's going to be tart and it's going to have a bite to it.
So it's just a taste thing. It's not a,
yeah.
Okay.
It's going to be a better way of saying it, real peppery.
Interesting.
And it's not going to taste like it did when you first lit it up.
Okay. So, Hank, you're having a tasting. There's a tasting room in Madison, but you don't have the cigar. Like you guys can't keep your cigars on the shelves. So that's a great sign. When is that happening? Do you have to get the cigars first, obviously, or
what I want to do is get the cigars and go back and talk to Adam, the manager at the tasting room. Because what happened was I came up there one day to meet him and I missed him. And I talked to the guy behind the counter and said, hey, do you mind if I hand out some free cigars? And the guy said, sure. I said, I'm not selling them. I'm just handing out samples because I just want to get my brand out there. And he said, sure. So I gave out like 12 or 13 cigars that day. And I came back 2 weeks later with my wife and I said, hey, I'm here to see the manager. And so the guy behind the counter went and back, got the manager, and he came up and he said, hey, my name's Adam. I said, my name's Hank Scott. He said, yeah, I know you because my regular customers have called and asked me, when am I going to get 12 tribes in here? And he said, that's a good thing. And so we got to talk, and he said, I want to do an event this summer with you here to answer questions about your cigar. And so as soon as I get the cigars in, I'm headed right back to the tasting room.
What's it tasting like? Is that like wine? Do you just take a couple puffs? Do you smoke a small cigar? What is that?
The tasting room?
Yeah, like how do you sample the cigar with
the way that people sample cigars, they're either going to know whether they like it or not within the first 2 or 3 puffs.
Okay.
At Appleton Cigar Shop, I've had a warrant officer come in. He was from Virginia. And it was Warrant Officer William Washington Jr. And he came in. I introduced him to 12 tribes. He sat down, lit a cigar, took 2 puffs off of it, got up, walked over there to me where my brother was. Hey, man, how do I get a box of these? I'm like, well, you can buy them from here.
Yeah.
We sell them here at Appleton Cigar Shop. And he said, I want a box. We have regulars that come near, and one of the regulars, Greg, he actually got a cigar of 12 tribes, took a couple of puffs of it, came up and said, I really love this cigar, man. I want a box. I said, sure, we sell it here. And so that's how we sell it.
How much is a box if you get a whole box of them?
At Appleton Cigar Shop, it's around $300 and something.
Okay. And how many cigars?
You end up getting 20 cigars.
20 cigars. Oh, it's a pretty good deal then. Better
Yes.
than. All right, so let's get. This is what I've been excited to ask you guys. What do you like to watch on TV when you're smoking one of your own cigars, or any cigar for that matter?
Me, I like watching action flicks. Matter of fact, I watched Head of State smoking a cigar.
Did you like the movie?
Oh, it was comical.
In a good way?
Yeah, in a good way.
All right.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
I haven't seen that. Conrad saw it. I was saying yesterday, I'm kind of done with action comedies. I don't feel like they're ever that funny, and the action is never like, you don't really ever feel like anybody's in peril. I like Idris Elba a lot. Loved him on The Wire. John Cena, I could take or leave. He's kind of, I think, peaked. But
John Cena was the comical relief.
He is and he's, he's a funny guy. But Conrad said he's kind of like with you. What about you, Herschel? What do you like to watch when you smoke a cigar?
Oh, wow. What I do, pull the TV out on the rooftop, play some video games, fire that baby up.
Wow.
Got a nice brick square ice cube. Throw some Basil Hayden brandy, bourbon, I should say, in there.
There you go.
And just roll.
What do you guys do? What is your favorite activity to do when you're smoking a cigar that maybe it's not TV? Is it just talking to other people, or are you watching sports? Or are you sitting outside? What's your favorite activity to do while you're smoking?
Me, I like watching movies, but sometimes it's interesting just to sit there and smoke a cigar with some of the guys that come in and watch baseball.
Yeah.
Like, I got this one guy, his name's Tom. This dude is smart when it comes to sports. I call him my big brother. And so I just sit there, watch sports, baseball, football. If I got any questions, I ask him about it, and he knows just about everything. We both just sitting there smoking cigars.
You mentioned, we got about a minute or so left. You mentioned 12 Tribes bourbon infused. And I told you during the break, I love bourbon infused anything. Burgers, onions, bacon, whatever. Is that your favorite cigar to smoke, or the best one you guys offer, would you say?
Well, to give you the history of how that came into being, I spent the night over at Herschel's house because it was too late to drive. Well, actually, I had too much to drink that night. And Herschel was like, "You're not driving, man. You go upstairs and go to bed." So I said, "Hey, my phone's dead. I need you to text my wife and let her know I'm staying with you tonight." So he texted her, let her know so she wouldn't be worried. So when I got up the next day, I opened up his humidor, his refrigerated humidor, and I saw 12 Tribes. So I grabbed it. He said, "Hank, that's bourbon infused." I'm like, okay. Didn't know what he was talking
Hair
about.
of the dog.
So when I'm driving home, I'm like, this is a dang good cigar, because it changed the flavor profile from the original. And I'm calling him on the way home, "Hey, man, this is awesome. I think we ought to do this."
Guys, this was so much fun. Thank you for being here in person. It was great to meet you guys, and I wish you luck with 12 Tribe. When you get some in, come back and we'll buy a couple from you. I'm curious now.
Yep, that's what they said on Barrel Proof Podcast.
All right. Hank Scott and Herschel Winters, best of luck, guys. Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you very much.
All right, we're coming back after this very short break. It's a Barbie and Friday night. Next, we're going to read your texts, and we're doing it all on Nightlight tonight. It's Pete Schwaba on the Civic Media Radio Network.
Pete, what do you want him to say?
Just say, hi, this is Herschel Winters from 12 Tribe Cigars. You're listening to Nightlight with Peach Schwaba.
Go ahead when you're ready.
Hi, good evening. This is Herschel Winters, and you're listening to Pete Schwaba on 97.9 FM. WGBU. W.
Hey, this is Herschel Winters from 12 Tribe Cigars. You're listening to Nightlight with Peach Schwaba.
Go ahead.
Hey, this is Herschel Winters from 12 Tribes. You're listening to Pete Schwaba. Nightlife with Pete Schwaba. Nightlight with Pete Schwaba.
One more time, just say
Okay.
you're listening to Nightlight with Peach Schwaba.
You're listening to Nightlife with Pete Schwaba. Too much. You're listening to Nightlight with Pete Schwaba.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you.
Slice, thanks. We'll do it again. I appreciate that. That's okay. That Red Bull
A 1, 2. It was a teenage wedding and a whole folks wish them well. You can see that Pierre truly knows a animal's
I am Pete Schwaba. Great to have you with me on this Friday night. Boy, Friday night is like the perfect night to talk about cigars.
Yeah,
It was
definitely.
just like, I just want to go home now and smoke a cigar. And I got my Swisher sweets in the car, so I'll break those open on the way home. But I am very curious now to try a 12 Tribe cigar. That sounds very good. Thank you, Norm Kopesky and J.B. Thompson for introducing us to Hank Scott and Herschel Winters. That was fun. Peter Malcolm on the stream also said, Kiss Cam guy wouldn't have had the problem if stepped out for a cigar instead. How did that text get by me? I read his other one for those guys. Peter says, nice work, guys. Very informative. I agree. That was fun. Thank you to Hank Scott and Herschel Winters. That was a great time. Our question of the night is in honor of National Fortune Cookie Day. What is your fortune? You open up that cookie, you crack it open, and you pull out the fortune. What does it say? This is a chance for you to write your future, folks. Let me know. Tom from New Berlin, he's in the 414. He says, please remember that at the end of Ollie's was okey doke. That's a form of thank you with understanding okey doke. Oh, is that Ollie from the North?
Yeah.
That's great. She does say that every time, doesn't she? Okey doke.
Okey doke.
I love it. That's great. Very observant, Tom. Tom's on it tonight. Tony the trucker, he's in the 608. He says, Pete, feel your Highway 41 pain. Drove it 3 times this week. Hope my fortune reads you will retire soon with good health and financial security. I wish that for you, Tony the trucker, and I wish that for everybody. And I can't even imagine. Like, I'm on the road pretty much every day. But a guy like that's a truck driver or girl, I can't imagine being on the road that much. Your chances for getting into some kind of issue with garbage or an accident or whatever, you just got to be on your toes.
You really got to be. Yeah. When you're
Okay.
driving, yeah.
Thank you, Tony. Steve from Florida, Conrad's dad, says, my ultimate fortune cookie would be to own a private lake, complete with 3 log cabin mansions, one for each of my sons and wife. Where's your dad going to live then?
He's going to live on the pontoon.
I was hoping he would say with your mom, but he says fishing boats, pontoon boat, and jet skis. Total paradise. Steve has thought this through. Thank you, buddy. Great text. Lori from Hayward says, hi, Pete and Conrad. Would love to get a fortune in my fortune cookie that said you will have unlimited trips in Mr. Peabody's Wayback Machine. I need to Google that. That's Lori from the 715. I think that's from his show, and I can't remember what it is. Peabody's Wayback Machine. That was just the cartoon. Yes, the nerdy, the dog. Wow, Lori, you stumped me there. Thank you, though. That was a great text. Keep those texts coming, folks. You still got time to get it in here. Terry Barr is coming up at 7:35 for Bar Band Friday night. She's got an awesome artist she's going to introduce us to tonight. Just spectacular, as usual. And then I have to point out that Lori from Hayward also texted in a really funny kind of, I thought it was like a cigar thing at first, but it's just fortune cookies in a box.
Present of
So.
fortune cookie.
Yeah, exactly. A president, I guess, would be better. So, all right, I want to do this. Con, we got to play one of these clips. I cut these clips. This is Denzel Washington. No, let's do Bill Hader. I had no idea that Bill Hader, who is, he's Barry? No. Yeah, he's Barry.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he's great. Didn't really watch him that much on Saturday Night Live, but he did the guy Shepard Smith from Fox News. Very funny. He always said mother. Very funny guy. And he does a great Al Pacino. So I didn't know that. I stumbled on this clip a couple days ago, and I thought, this is so funny. I got to play this. This is former SNL player and star of Barry, Bill Hader, doing Al Pacino.
I love your Al Pacino impression.
Thank you.
When did you first do that impression?
I did stand up for a little bit in LA, and it was Al Pacino giving a speech, and he was like,
"Wow, look what's going on here. That's nice. I like that.
We got some lights, a couple of cameras. That's nice.
Thank you so much for having me here. This is great. Like, it was very, all right.
I love film. I love women. I love wine. I love kangaroos. Hey, why not?
Have you ever met Al Pacino?
No, I've never met him, but I heard that he had seen it. Like his agent had come up to me and said, Al saw it.
You must be scared.
Yeah. I kind of freaked out that I was gonna, come at my door or something like, open up, whatever.
What are you doing now?
I'm here. Come on, baby.
But no, supposedly he said, it's good. That has happened to me before. And I was like, all right.
That's like maybe the best impression I've ever heard, like where you sound exactly
fantastic.
like the guy. It's incredible.
Fantastic. How
did I not see that before? J.B. Thompson, I wanted to read this. He was watching on the stream when the guys were here. He said, this is in regard to the fortune cookie question. He said, reach for your dreams. Start with the spring rolls. Fortune's always positive. How about a negative? Your spouse... I read that.
You did.
Conrad, you need to slap me through the glass when I read a text twice. But it was such a good text. I figured let's read it again. Great stuff. All right, do we have time? I want to do the Denzel Washington clip, too. This is just a very insightful clip from Denzel Washington, a very smart guy, talking about acting and his theory on acting.
I think if you drink too much water, you'll drown. So,
wow. Dropping jewels.
Yeah, you want to keep some mystery, keep things quiet so that you build up to that next movie. Where is he? I mean, when's the last time you saw Daniel Day-Lewis? Listen, branding for an actor is being good, not being known. Your brand is, whatever you did, was it any good? Not how many likes.
So great. He's talking about social media and how actors become... We talked about this a little bit last night with like Ryan Reynolds. And who was the girl we were talking about that was more focused on? Oh, Gwyneth Paltrow.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why I love that clip. He's like, do your art, do your thing, and it's acting. Leave them wanting more. Don't oversaturate, because that happens too. And that was so funny because Jamie Foxx was interviewing him there, and he was like in awe. It was kind of annoying. I know. It's everything Denzel said. He's like, whoa. It's a little bit much. All right, we're coming back, folks. It's a Bar Band Friday night. Terry Barr is coming up next. It's Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite on the Civic Media Radio Network.
who the partner is. And
Time to check out original music with Bar Band Friday on Nightlight. Now, your host, Pete Schwaba, and special guest, Terry Barr.
Welcome back, and welcome to our very favorite night of the week and one of our favorite ever guests. She is, I guess, the co-host of Bar Band Friday Night. She joins us now over the stream, as she does every Friday. Terry Barr. How are you, Terry?
Hello, Pete. Had quite the musical week. Of course, one of my favorite duos, 7,000 Apart. Wow.
Love them.
Doing amazing things, aren't they?
They really are. And I have to thank you, Terry, for actually, I think we introduced you to 7,000 Apart. And
I think you're right.
And
I think I stole them after that. And I've done, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 interviews with them now.
They are so great. We love having them on, but I'm happy to have finally returned the favor because you have introduced us to about 100 people, one of whom, Kaylin Cole, has a new song coming out next week, and we're going to try to talk to her about that too. And it was great to meet Kaylin through you. So just a kind of an information exchange here. It's fun.
I love it. We share, and it's beautiful because it's such great talent that we are just kind of trying to help get out there from Wisconsin. Every time you and I talk about this, I am amazed how much talent we have in Wisconsin.
Yeah. It's unbelievable. And I was thinking about this too, because I was reading about Christy Krause, who we'll talk about in a minute. But she, like Kaylin, was here, although it looks like she was from California, but she had a connection to Wisconsin. Now she's in Nashville. How do you keep these people home, Terry?
Wow. That, I think it's a good question.
Yeah.
I think we're really fortunate, say, Kirsty, Kaylin, some other folks. They leave Wisconsin just to see what else is out there, to see how they can get their music heard. But I'm so fortunate because they come back a lot and play area shows whenever they can. Kaylin obviously was home recently, and that's terrific. And I know she'll be back again in a couple of months. And Kirsty, who we're going to be talking about tonight, she comes back as often as she can too to play shows in the area. She just played the Hodag in Rhinelander, and that is a huge show.
Yeah.
But, she got to come home and do it.
That's so great. So tell us a little bit about, is it Kirsty or Christy? It looks like
Kirsty. Yeah.
Oh, it's spelled, am I crazy or is it spelled Christy?
No, it's spelled Kirstie. Although I may have spelled it wrong in an email to you.
No, I was looking at her. That's an E. Okay. I thought it was like a Favre type situation. I didn't know.
That's funny.
Tell us about Kirsty Krause. Love her music, Terry.
Oh, she's fun. What I find so interesting about Kirsty, she changes up her music depending on the situation. She is a country pop girl at heart. And when she used to be in a band here in the Madison, Janesville area, it was very much country pop. But one of the songs we'll share tonight, you'll get a little kind of different feeling from it because she wrote it for a tour she was doing of Florida. And she was hitting all these spots in Florida. So she wrote a very Florida appropriate song. But she's originally from Janesville. She has been out to Cali. She's been in other places. but she still calls Wisconsin home, and I'm always so happy when I get to see her.
So, all right, has she been on you host this great show, Max Inc. Radio. The people that are listening can, if you're in the Madison area, check it out on WMDX on Saturday nights, or you can get the podcast here on civicmedia.us. But has she been on your show?
We are so lucky. Yes. She has been on, and it's probably the way I met her originally. We had a magazine we used to do for Max Inc. Radio called Max Inc. Music Magazine, and I got to interview her for that. And that is probably 10 years ago now. She was still in the area. She left shortly after that, but now she's come back, and I don't know. I think she's probably been on our show 4 times.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
terrific.
All right. So these are both great songs.
Good.
You've got Beaches and I Now Know Better. What do you think we should lead off with, Terry? You're the expert.
Do you want to start with something older or something that is brand new, hot off the presses?
Let's keep people in suspense and do the brand new one second. So let's do the older one. Which is the older one, by the way?
Beaches Be Crazy.
I love that song.
And again, we got to be careful how we pronounce that.
Yeah.
Beaches, as in like Florida beaches.
Right. Very good. I did not. Now I'm sure I'll say it that way, even though
I know.
was doing
I'm
fine
afraid
before.
I'm going to.
All right. This is a Bar Band Friday night, folks. Terry Barr is here, and she has introduced us to Kirsty Krause, who is a phenomenal artist. And here is her song, Beaches Be Crazy.
Tossing mullets and Perdido, sucking on mojitos, Cabana out in Lido. Beaches be crazy. Beaches be crazy. Bike week in Daytona, lime in my Corona, sugar, sand, and Pensacola. Beaches be crazy. Beaches be crazy. It's sure nice to know there's somewhere you can go. Just pick a coast and leave yourself behind. Show off your wild side and let your freak flame fly. Wet t-shirt and South Padre, double shots of Jose, all-nighters with the DJ. Well, Beaches be crazy. Beaches be crazy. Half naked in Miami, stoned in Venice, Cali, getting laid in Hawaii. Beaches be crazy. Beaches be crazy. It's sure nice to know there's somewhere you can go. Just pick a coast and leave yourself behind. Show off your wild side and let your freak flame fly. Fantasy Fest down in Key West. Well, you know the rest. Beaches be crazy. 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 Beaches be crazy.
Well, it's a great song, and she certainly doesn't sound like she's scared of a good time either, which is fun.
There's some good ones in there, some good lines,
Oh,
and it
yeah.
just makes you laugh.
No, this is I love that song. It has
Oh,
like a
good.
Margaritaville type feel to it, you know? It just
Yes.
makes you want to go to the beach.
It really does. You know, beaches be crazy, Pete. So
I have fair skin and I freckle, so I'll just have to take your word for that. But I wish I was one of those people. I was looking at her touring schedule, Terry. She has private events. She's playing a wedding. I'm like, that's how much would something like that cost? She's so good. I almost want to renew my vows with my wife and see if I
oh
can
my
get,
gosh. Okay, let's do
Kirsty
it. I'll
Krause.
get her to
See if
play
we
for
could
you guys.
pass the hat and see what happens.
Yeah, yeah.
Weddings be crazy.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, you know, you get to this point. She also just did CMA Fest, and you know what that's all about. It's like putting country music artists on stages all around the city, but you have to be invited to play. And she just played it for the first time.
Oh, very cool.
I know.
Very
And
nice.
she's the 2024 Independent Artist of the Year out of this Josie Awards, which awards independent artists in the Nashville area. So
Wow.
she's getting to the top of her game at just the right time, it seems.
And tell me again where she's from in Wisconsin.
Janesville.
Janesville. Okay.
Yeah.
And she seems to be out Nashville, but she's got all these California dates, especially down in like Temecula in that area. She's kind of splits time, I guess.
Yeah, she is there quite a bit, but I don't
Okay.
think she says no to many tours. She was in the UK not too long ago, and she did some TV and radio in the UK, which I think is so terrific.
Wow.
But yeah, whenever she can get back to Wisconsin, she does. So I would absolutely suggest to people to check out Kirsty Krause. And you know, she's going to be at a show near you. I don't doubt it at some
Yeah.
point this year.
I would love to hear about that. One more thing before we, I want to ask you. It says she was on American Idol.
That
on her bio. Yeah, it says
seriously.
she was.
Now I'm going to have to ask her about that.
She competed as a contestant on ABC's hit television show American Idol. While living in Nashville, she had a residency show at Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville restaurant. That's not a surprise, but you know, American Idol, that can put you on the map too.
It could. Now, I noticed when you read it to me, though, it doesn't say if she actually made it on the show.
She competed.
Maybe that's
as a
why I haven't
contestant.
heard about that part. But you know, somebody as big as Lainey Wilson, who's like at the top of the charts in country music, she did not make it onto American Idol, and she auditioned twice.
Yeah, it's written here like she competed. I mean, I could compete as a contestant, right? And that would
and then add that to your bio.
And you know I would crush. Yeah, exactly. Hey, so we're going to do a break, and then we'll come back and listen to her other song. But before we get to the break, I want to ask you, Rocker is coming on the show Monday. I'm going to be live in Madison Monday night. Yeah, and we're going to talk about Atwood Music Fest. So you want to add your 2 cents in on this great music festival there in Madison?
Oh, it's one of my favorites. It's in the streets on the east side of Madison for 2 days, 2 nights, and it just has such a community feel. Everybody's smiling, everybody's happy. The music is terrific. There's great food and vendors. But it's just that midpoint of summer that just makes you feel like, being outside and hearing great music. This is what it's all about. Rocker books all the music, and he does such a he does such a terrific job, and he does a good job at blending Wisconsin artists and national and international artists on. I think we're up to 3 or 4 stages now.
See, I didn't know that. Now I definitely have to compete on American Idol and get in Rocker's ear because I have a connection and he can book me on one of the stages.
Could you do comedy?
Oh man, I could muscle through some comedy, I suppose.
That would be really fun. We should have you open for a band doing comedy.
Yeah, that would be great. I've done that before. Terry Barr is here, folks. It's a Bar Band Friday night, and we are coming right back to hear another song from tonight's featured artist, Kirsty Krause. That's coming up next on Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba. You got the Civic Media Radio Network. Welcome back to Night Light. I am Pete Schwaba. The weekend is upon us, ladies and gentlemen, but we've had a pretty damn good time here tonight. Thank you for being with me. I'd like to thank Hank Scott and Herschel Winters for being here and talking about their new product, 12 Tribe Cigars. Very cool stuff. Thank you for all your texts. Monday night, as I mentioned before the break to Terry, I'll be live in Madison. My guest will be John Roach, a Madisonian and a really talented guy. He created a show called The Sports Writers on TV back in the 80s. It was like sports radio before there was sports radio. And he is one of the writers of the David Lynch film, The Straight Story. And he has a new documentary called The Road at Night about the tragic accident involving Howard Moore and his family, one of the Badger coaches and former Badger player. It is a documentary that will knock your socks off. It's absolutely amazing. It will make you so proud to be connected to UW in any way. John will be there Monday. And then Rocker, as I just mentioned, also will be there. We're going to talk about the Atwood Music Fest. And Rocker, do you think I could get Rocker to sing, Terry?
He claims to only be a drummer, but, you know, they got to keep the beat and keep the band moving. See. So I wouldn't doubt if he's got to sing a little bit, too.
This has been
if
fun.
You do, I want to hear it.
Believe me, it'll be cataloged, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So the artist we're talking about is Kirsty Krause, who is a Wisconsinite. Now she's in Nashville. She's touring in California also. Her second song is I Now Know Better. Any quick notes, Terry, about this last song?
She is a great collaborator, too. And I think we're all learning it's the way that you have to sort of work these days. She writes songs for other people. This song in particular, she collaborated as a duet with someone out of Nashville by the name of Ariel Jade.
Oh.
And it's a pretty great song. And once again, Kirsty is knocking it out of the park.
Let's hear it. This is I Now Know Better from tonight's featured artist, Kirsty Krause.
Well, don't mess with me, 'cause I now know better. Well, I'll kick you to the curb soon as the turn of the weather. I've been there, I've had my fair share. So fair warning, if we ever decide to get together, I'll roll you in the river. If you ever do me wrong, Lord knows I'd spare her. 'Cause it'd be all your faults. With the fear of God, you better run. Don't need my daddy 'cause I keep my own guns. Things go south, I won't have time for you. 'Cause I now know better. Been there, done that. I know all the tricks. I'm not taking any crap. You'll lose me so quick. Well, I hope this is sinking in. Get it through your thick skull, or that's how your life will end. 'Cause I'll roll you in the river. If you ever do me wrong, Lord knows I'd spare her. 'Cause it'd be all your faults. With the fear of God, you better run. Don't need my daddy 'cause I keep my own guns. Things go south, I won't have time for you. 'Cause I now know better. If you stray, you won't see another day. Well, that she calls you babe, there won't be no way. No way! If you step away, no one can save you. 'cause now I know better.
Man, is she fun. That's great.
Don't make her mad.
No, yeah, right. Terry, another home run. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Pete.
So much fun as always. Next Friday, do we have a date next Friday?
Absolutely.
All right. I don't know
meet
where
you
I'll
here.
be. I don't know where I'll be. I might be in
okay.
Madison. I might be Conrad's taking a couple days, but we will we'll figure this out. And I look forward, as always, to talking to you again next Friday night. Have a great
Me
weekend.
too. You guys and all the listeners, viewers, have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you, my friend. All right, that's Terry Barr. So much fun. We missed Bar Band Friday last week. That was kind of sinful. We won't do that again. Lots of fun. Thank you to Terry Barr, as always. I have learned about more new music. Hey, what was that joke? I did see that one about the...
So it said Coldplay hasn't made singles in months. And last concert, they just made two.
Made two. I think it was years, actually. And then the other one you sent, cost of a concert, hotel $400, tickets $600, food and drinks $200, divorce attorney $70 G's, getting exposed by Coldplay for having an affair with your coworker, priceless. They'll recover. All right, thanks so much, folks. I will see you Monday night, or I'll be broadcasting Monday night live from Civic Media Headquarters in Madison on State Street. Hope to catch you then. Please be part of the show. Always more fun when you guys participate. This is Pete Schwaba and Nightlight on behalf of the lovable producer, Conrad. Good night, Wisconsin.
I'll sing it to